Hey, good morning out there. Good to see David and Skyla. How we doing, guys?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you, Skyla and David. Is Cole in the house?
He's at work. He had to go in at 9.
Ah, poor guy here. I got to come up. Anyway, good to see you there, Skyla and David. How you been?
Good. How are you?
Well, good. I want you to check in first before we get on with game time today. Skyla, how about you?
Good.
As far as classes were going, life is going. Are you working a lot? Classes? Give me some feedback. How you doing?
I'm good.
Aside from you, good. I sent out a text to you, David. I don't know if I got it to you, but there a text I sent out about stopping your classes. Did you get that, Scott? Yeah, you responded that. Just onboarding some of our coursework from Plato. I'm working with Mrs. Anderson today on that, trying to improve that. We basically have new courses that we got to put on. I gave some of you classes that were the old retired ones. So I want to be careful. Does that make sense, Skyla?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. All right, so anyway, I hope that didn't scare anybody. I am recording this. I'll be sending it out, so don't worry. Any work that you've been working on through, moving our lighting here a little bit, through any work you've been doing, you're okay. It's not, we're going to dump, you got to start all over. This is what's been happening the last couple of days. David, how about you? How'd it go yesterday?
It was good. My first test is Friday for the elective class, so that'll be good.
Okay. So you finally got your math class, right?
Yeah, we do. So that's good.
Oh, that's good news. That's good to hear. So we'll talk more later. And I was out at the house yesterday. I don't know if you heard an old man throwing some wood up on the back of the truck. I didn't cut anything, but I hurt my knee for 2 weeks, so I wasn't able to really do anything. So it felt good to get back out there and throw some wood around. So
what time were you out there?
I was out there, it was like 6:30.
We were out with this friend and his kid checking like deer blinds and putting up cameras.
Oh, were you? Was that on your property or somewhere else off the house?
We did it on our property and then on one in Scottville and then one on Myers Road. So we were kind of all over.
So you're a road warrior then.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, Skyla, do you hunt, Skyla?
What was that?
Do you hunt, or anybody in your family are hunters?
No, not really.
No, I never grew up in it anyway. The only way I was hunting, I took a camera out and I videoed my brother-in-law hunting. So I kind of get the deer camp. I love it. So I never went out hunting though, David. Can you believe that? So
yeah.
But listen, what I want to push out to you two today, and it's unfortunate today being Tuesday, and this is our requirement, so I appreciate you, Skyla, being here today. What other ones are going to be surprised when you get it is not compliant with your attendance. So I appreciate you two being here today. We changed the time to 10 o'clock to honor and to support those people who said, hey, I prefer 10 o'clock, but yet they haven't been here yet. So that's going to be their choice. But I want to share, for the sake of recording and pushing out to everybody, let me pull this out. All right, hold on. I got to pause for something. Let me pause and let me stop the sharing for a moment. Got to hit the mic and screen. I got to pull the garage door down a little bit here. So I'll be right back, everybody.
All right.
Okay, we're back. I'm sorry about that. The garage door's open and we have to make your space cooking. So we'll get on with it here real quickly. I'm not going to do our little activity today for various reasons, but I do want to connect with Skyla and David for a couple things. One being that, Skyla, I'd like you to do this as soon as we're done today. David has already done it, but can you see the screen, Skyla?
Yeah.
Yep, okay. And for all those who I'm pushing us out, this is a requirement by Friday, so in the game, a deadline. your Flipgrid required. Click on Flipgrid and do your quick little intro. We'll share out. It's a big part of why we're doing. A big part of the webinar is to connect, communicate, and to collaborate. 3 C's: to connect, collaborate, communicate with your courses, and to do it in a reasonable, responsible time. So I appreciate you two being here, and that Flipgrid's a big part of it. Also, the face-to-face time requirement, I am kind of waving at this. I'm not going to be a stickler on it this week only because of some of the onboarding pieces, so don't worry if you don't get in here face-to-face. Skyla, it sounded to me too that maybe a group of you were looking at maybe the coffee shop meeting in Ludington.
Yeah.
I really would like that, and that will count as our face-to-face time. So if you would get with your brother and Madison and Maddie, and maybe, is that something the 4 of you like to do?
Yeah, Maddie had told us that that's what she wanted to do.
Yeah, I'm willing to try that, but for a while, and especially if we get all 4 of you there, that's a golden. But
Yep.
they also, yeah. So that sounds great to me, and we can kind of start planning out this week for next week, and that can count if you're face-to-face, because I'd like to meet you guys halfway, especially if you're in Ludington, don't want to come this way, but yet we still have to stay connected with our coursework too, okay?
Okay.
So have a conversation with them, we'll work that out. Sound good? All right. So I just want to hit home the importance of what the Virtual Learning Cafe is a lot. The song behind me is exactly for that, Skylar. For us to meet at cafes, meet at coffee shops, to meet at pizzerias, to meet in your home if you want to do that. I mean, it gives you the flexibility unlike any other school. And so aside from some of the cool work-based learning and job shadowing and apprenticeships that we've got cooking going on this year, the individual project plans. So keep that in mind. It's a big part of our virtual experience, unlike any other. I was just talking to somebody who's on K-12, and I shouldn't have said them by name, but it's not about giving you a computer and seeing 9 weeks to crash your classes. I mean, that's not an education. So it's about 2 ways. So I really want to hammer that out, push that out to everybody who's watching this feed, the importance of you showing up. Now, whether you like it or not, that is a requirement of what you signed up for. So anyway, 1 day visit week to week. There's flexibility in that, and the 1 week is what Scott and I just talked about, seeing each other off campus too. So I'm real flexible. Except next week, it's a little crazy. We have NWA next week, so it is a total requirement of you to be on board and to come on in, and you'll be having to do the pre-test NWA on your face-to-face starting next week. I'm sorry about this because I feel like I'm babbling a lot, but there's so much the first week that we need to push out to you too. I had to cancel the face-to-face today to get things on board for your courses. My apologies to your seniors or juniors, because today was going to be your day. We have Ms. Private will be running a PAC group. She's excited because she's going to be sharing a lot of connecting you with individual agencies and organizations about things you should be looking at after graduation, life skills. I think we all need that class. I think I might have popped in to take that class. But she is really, I just got off before I came online here today. She came in today wanting to talk to me about what will be going on next week. So that's one they don't want to miss. So Skyla and David, the 2 of you who are with me live, yours will look a little different, okay?
All right.
Yeah, so no, that doesn't necessarily apply to you for today, all right? Just one more little plug, and I would like to kind of throw a few things out there. I really think it's important and respectful to our guest who's coming Friday. Virtually, he'll be joining us from Des Moines, Iowa, that we have as many people in attendance as we possibly can. We have 24 virtual students at this time. That's huge. So it would be great if we can fill the virtual room with a good opportunity to have a chance to meet somebody new in your life and maybe take away a few pearls of wisdom. Because I firmly believe the people you meet, the places you go, and the books you read will impact your destiny and your future. Think about that. Think about your life. Think about how when you're inspired or think differently, it's those 3 main factors do impact. All right. I think it's important also, and I'm going to push this 10 expectation piece. As we talk about expectations, I'm going to wrap it up here with this thought here. When we speak of expectations, we think of expectations like when I walk into a classroom, there's expectations. It always seems to be expectations on me, the learner. And we really don't turn a map around and think about expectations that we have of the person who may be a facilitator, a teacher, a coach, a parent. So I really wanted to explore those reverse roles on you as a learner, some expectations you should have. And I think this is real vital, and I wanted to kind of make that our focus of our webinar today, but we'll wait and reserve that for another day. I'll push it up until tomorrow. But it's something to think about. It's something truly to think about. David, when you sat down with Coach, you had a session yesterday, correct?
Yeah.
So what did you do for the rest of us who are listening in? You had a meeting with who?
Coach Shank, and we did drills pretty much.
And you did some basketball, but did you do any kind of conversation beforehand, or you just here's a ball and go?
No, we had some conversations beforehand and like what we wanted to get better on in that.
So you got a chance to meet him right there at Foster, and right. So there were some expectations when you arrived at Foster Gym. You had some expectations of what you're going to receive. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And you would have been disappointed if you didn't, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you probably would have been disappointed if Coach Shank said, "Hey, David, nice to meet you. Here's basketball. I got to get some work done. Good luck."
Yeah,
right?
do whatever.
What's that?
I said, do whatever. I don't care what you do.
Yeah, you were like, "What? I expected to come here and learn and be challenged." Is that correct?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That is true. And it's no different than whether, Skyla goes to work and she's expecting her employer to treat her kindly, respectfully, but at the same time, treat her with respect. We expect in return, and those expectations can get the best of us, and those expectations can really drive us to do well. When I say get the best of us, we can be let down. And so it's huge even when we talk about learning and in our school environment and basketball or even at work or the things we do. My wife expected me to get 3 things done last night. I only did 0 because I was getting wood. So we had a little conversation about it this morning. So I'll try again today. So it all happens in a day-to-day life. So anyway, I want to thank you too, David and Skyla, for joining us here today. Really appreciate it. You guys have been rock stars this week so far, showing up actually even last week too. Appreciate that. Skyla, I would like to maybe pass along to, once again, you and your brother and maybe Madison and Maddie. I'll send a group text to you okay? To get you to think about it. I'm going to put it all on your shoulders. That's not your job, okay? But if you want to have a conversation. Also, we're going to talk about, for those students who are working or this time, let me know. I think I had a young lady out there, and she knows who she is, who literally, I think a half hour after the webinar texted me and say, or actually an hour, and said, "Hey, I'm sorry I missed it. This happened, whatever." I gave her credit for attending because the responsibility showed. So if you are going to be not available and you still are, you're not compliant, because if you're compliant, you're off the virtual learning platform. Those are the little things that can really make a difference. So keep communicating with me if you're having some things that come up, because life is about being flexible. I get it. All right. David, Skyla, any final thoughts?
No.
Nope.
And I want to really, a third reason why I love about the webinar connection piece is, do you need to schedule an appointment? I don't have it on the document right here, but do you need to schedule an appointment to meet one-on-one? Yes, no, or
No.
maybe?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay. Well, one of the things I wanted to also push out is just stay low today on your coursework on Plato until I get that squared away today. I'm meeting here in about 15 minutes, Mrs. Anderson. Okay?
All right.
All right, David, I'll be in contact. We'll look forward to seeing you later on this week, okay?
All right.
We'll keep in touch. Thank you all, and have a great day, everybody.
You too.
Thank you. You too. Stay connected.